Okay. And here we are at the San Francisco Comic-Con here in Oakland, California, with Michael Biehn, the famous actor that you may know from Terminator and Tombstone, and a couple movies you may not know, but you should see them if possible. His latest work. And my first question, sir, is your wife and you are making movies here where she's directing, you guys are producing, and we just think it's important for people to know your current stuff as well. And how's that experience been with you and your wife doing these movies with Long Biehn Productions? Yeah.
By the way, it's Biehn.
Biehn, Michael Biehn.
We started this production company because I did a movie for Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino called Grindhouse. And it's all about like these little low-budget movies.
Yeah.
So I did one called The Victim, and it did real well. And then we did Hidden in the Woods, which might be one of these.
Yeah.
And we've done about 8 or 10 of them, and they range from about $25,000 to about $400,000. And it's fun to do, it's fun to make, especially if you're young. And with the technology that they have now, you can use multiple cameras. The first thing you really need is a good story.
Yeah.
And a good script. That's the most important thing. If you've got that, you gotta keep it small. Like, that's why you always see a cabin in the woods,
Yeah.
And you can't write a screenplay or make a movie about a car chase in New York City. I mean, it's not gonna get made. So keep it small, keep 3 or 4 characters in a confined space, and you can get it done. I mean, you have the opportunity to do what I never had the opportunity to do until I got to be my age, And I'm sure you're all a lot younger.
I'm 50. My birthday was last week.
Yeah, well,
so
I've got like 12 years on here,
so yeah, it must be, I've always been a fan of dialogue anyway, not the big, chase scenes and the blow-ups and stuff. It's like really about gritty, great dialogue anyway. What made you really take such a twisted turn to play such scumbag roles in these movies? I mean, these are really dark, twisted characters that you are portraying here, like especially these two.
Well, basically, when you make a low-budget movie, okay, you need something that is very exploitive. When I made my movie, The Victim, I didn't have any money. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to make an exploitation movie.
Okay.
So I looked over at my wife and I said, like, would you mind taking your clothes off for my movie? And she said, no. I mean, yes. No. I mean,
it's for the art,
no,
babe.
I don't mind. And then she had a friend that was kind of willing to do it too. And I had like dirty cops and drugs and a little bit of torture, a little bit of action.
Yeah.
Not much money, and I just like threw in a serial killer. So like everything that was like exploitable in this movie.
Wow.
That turned out pretty good. And these movies are just. This movie actually I saw at a film festival, and
you look kind of like Manson there. You're channeling a Manson look there or something.
There was a director who made this, and he made it in like Peru, and it was a really good movie. But it's like I felt that it needed a bigger release, because nobody was going to want to see it because it's subtitled, no stars or anything. This is William Forsythe over here.
Yeah.
A pretty well-known actor. So I just said, listen, why don't you come up here and we'll make it, and you can direct it and I'll star in it.
Right on.
The one he actually made in his hometown with probably 10 people is probably better than this one.
Who are you talking about? William Forsythe?
No, the whole movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And we have, you know, when you have a big crew and you got catering and you got like, you know, it can get. You don't need very many people to make a movie like Robert Rodriguez, you know?
Yeah.
He had a camera, he was using short ends of film, and he had a mic. He had that old mic that used to be on those recorders and hold the mics up like that. So
aren't you glad guys like that are coming in, Tarantino and Rodriguez? They're bringing like that old school thing back, man, and I think that's important for like real, true filmmaking, personally.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Let me ask you.
People always say, well, you know, how do you get into it? How do you? And Robert Rodriguez, Jim Cameron said to me that the brilliance of Robert Rodriguez, and I don't think Jim Cameron would say that word very often about too many people.
Right.
Is that Robert just doesn't understand that he can't do something. Doesn't understand it, so he just does it.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, he does it. You know. And so, I mean, you all have the ability to go out now and make movies. The best thing that you have to have is a good story.
Definitely.
And that'll bring good dialogue. And then actors, there's hundreds of thousands of great actors out there. There are thousands of great directors out there. There's thousands of people that want to work in the movie business. So you can get them done pretty cheaply.
Nice. I wanted to ask you because I know you've done 5 films with Bill Paxton, and man, Lords of Discipline, Aliens, Tombstone, and I'm probably forgetting the one more, but
Navy SEALs.
Navy SEALs, exactly. I love the guy. I mean, I thought his work was brilliant. Any great memories on any of those movies or working with that guy? I mean,
well, Bill Paxton. People always ask me, who's your favorite actor that you've ever worked with? And Bill Paxton was.
Wow, that's. I mean, you've worked with a lot of people too.
Yeah, I have worked with a lot of people. 45 years worth of people,
Louise.
And he brought an incredible energy, a fun kind of like, hey, let's make this, you know,
Man.
like, you know, let's do this, you know, but he was serious, and he was, at the beginning of his career, he was a little bit like a Wild Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
He's in the Lords of Discipline. He's like a horse that has to be kind of held back a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But he studied with an acting coach that I turned him on to, who just passed away recently, named Vincent Chase.
Huh.
It's a character that was named in that television series Entourage. It was Vincent Chase. His name's after Vincent Chase. But anyway, Vince slowly got him to like kind of pull back and pull back and pull back. And when you see what he, you know, ended up doing, he, you know, beyond his television series, he was no longer like bigger than life. You know? He learned how to like kind of bring it down, and you know, One False Move, and a lot of films like that. But he was you know, people always say there's nobody like this guy.
Yeah.
There's nobody like this guy. There was nobody like Bill Paxton.
No doubt. You ended up in his music video too, the Martini Ranch thing. Remember that? There?
Well, you know, he directed, you know, and he's loved film. He introduced me to Jim Cameron, and they worked at Corman's company together.
Wow,
and,
that's some history, man.
He's just it was a blow. It was a real blow because he was very special.
Nice,
very
man.
special.
Thanks for sharing that.
It's always like seems like only the good die young, you know.
No doubt.
Yeah,
I appreciate you sharing that, man.
I mean, he was 60 years old, but he had another 20 years of.
For sure, and he was only starting to do his best work too. One more thing. I know you're a busy guy, but any good memories about playing this guy and on the set of Tombstone with anybody? Powers Booth. I mean, there's probably so many people you can mention about working with Val Kilmer, but
Well, first of all, the cast, you know, Sam Elliott and Kurt Russell and Bill and Val Kilmer. Probably Val Kilmer's best role, I think. Maybe The Doors, but me and Powers and Stephen Lang, who is now in
brilliant.
Avatar.
You were up for that role in Avatar. I heard through the grapevine that Cameron wanted you, but he didn't want the connection too close to Sigourney Weaver and the aliens thing. But yeah, okay.
I went up for that. And Jim and I talked about it for a while.
Yeah.
For a long while. And when he cast Sigourney, who's a bigger star than me, obviously, he kind of felt like people would remember us from Aliens, and he didn't want that
exactly
in his movie. And so he cast Stephen Lang, who I love, who was in, played the kind of I call him a scaredy cat or whatever in Tombstone.
Yeah, totally.
And he's a brilliant actor, and
he's a great character actor for sure.
Great actor, and great theater actor, and he originated the role in A Few Good Men of You Can't Handle the Truth, which ended up being Jack Nicholson playing his role. He originated that role on Broadway.
Wow.
So he's a great actor. And so when I didn't get that role, of course I was disappointed, but I was really happy to see
for him at least,
because he's been around for a long time. And he just never quite hit his, never quite worked with anybody. He worked with Michael Mann quite a bit, but I was just really happy to see him get that role.
Thank you for your time, Michael. I know there's people waiting, man, and I appreciate it, brother. Have a good rest of the weekend, and good luck to you, sir. Thank you.